that are watching live, we're still live, and we're ready to go live. We're back, Andy? And we're live. Okay, we're here at Cellars of Sonoma, and we're doing a new segment where we ask a question in between our little break.
Okay.
And then we answer the question. So let me go again on the question. First was, if you buy a California wine with, say, a 2003 vintage, what percentage of that fruit in that bottle had to be from that vintage? The answers are 51, 68, 95, and 100. I know the answer.
Okay, do you want me to guess?
I want you to guess.
Okay, I mean, it's between the last two, but I'm thinking 100%.
Well, a lot of people think 100%, but actually the answer is 95.
95.
Federal law requires U.S. wines listed a vintage must be among the completely from the grapes harvested that year. This protects against false marketing of wines associated with excellent growing years.
Well, you know, I guess
95.
I can see that if you think that people have talking wine, and that's not necessarily the vintage. So maybe, I guess I can see that.
Yeah. You don't see a whole lot of it. Usually it is 100%.
Yeah.
But that's a little tricky, a fun little fact. The second question was, the most widely planted red grape varietal in Bordeaux is Cabernet Sauvignon.
I'm going with false.
Okay.
I think it's Merlot.
False, Merlot. Anybody out there watching, you got to quickly, oh wait, Kevin's not on, are you? Oh, okay. He'll get there in a second. Well, if you got a question, you probably have the answer. In fact, if you have the right answer, I'm going to reveal it right now, then just send us a Facebook note or a tweet, and I'll send you a gift.
Wow.
A wine opener to open your next bottle of wine.
The next Merlot.
And the answer is, it's false, actually, Merlot. Don't worry, most people get this one wrong. Merlot. So you did good.
I did it.
You did good. You did good. Merlot.
Okay.
All right. So now we're tasting Pinot Noir. We're tasting blind. I do not know where this fruit is from.
It's from Sonoma, or maybe Mendocino.
Well, it could be, it's not Krutz's, I know, and his is Anderson Valley. So it's either Russian River, Sonoma Coast, San Giacomo Vineyard.
Which is Sonoma.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you're right. And all of that being in Sonoma.
Has a nice nose. I have to guess the appellation, really?
Well,
I'm not even okay.
What we're going to do is I'm going to pour each one of them. And then we can finally, because they'll change a little bit, you know, based on when that was open.
Should have turned off my phone. Oh, well.
Nice finish. I like that.
Yeah, it's a nice
Yummy.
Pinot.
I like it. Don't know. It'll be easier when we pour them. One of the things you have to remember is we live in an area with these microclimates. So right now where we are, for those of you that don't know where Cellars of Sonoma is, we are about 55 miles north of San Francisco, along the 101 corridor. The Russian River appellation starts about 2 miles north of where we are here. But the Sonoma Coast appellation is probably about 7 or 8 miles.
It's actually a crazy appellation when you think about it. It goes all the way, I mean, you could be down in Sonoma and then all the way up in Hillsburg somewhere and still have Sonoma Coast appellation somehow.
Right.
I mean, it's a crazy appellation.
Yeah. So as you get closer to the ocean, the fog will come in earlier in the summer and take the temperatures from the high 80s and 90s down into the 50s like that. Where in the Russian River it takes a little bit longer, and then of course the other areas quite a bit longer. That's why you don't see Russian River Cabernet Sauvignon, or you don't see Sonoma Coast Cab, because Cab's really
they like sun.
They like the sun.
Yeah.
Pinot's a little more delicate. That's a nice color. But what I was saying on the color, this was the first one I poured, right, Ron? Don't let me make that mistake. This is the second wine. You're going to find the wines from the Sonoma Coast to be a little lighter in color. So that may give us a clue as we look through all 4 of these. Once we pour them out, we're going to be able to, basically be able to tell maybe
Are any of yours Carneros?
Well, the San Giacomo is Carneros. Okay. Now, the San Giacomo is going to give you a really funky nose, and you're going to know it right out of the gate.
Yep.
But Donaw's Estate Pinot will give you that mushroom stuff right away, like, woohoo, man, like you just can't believe it. And in fact, when we were evaluating their wines, we started with that wine, and we went, gosh, what is going on with this thing? We're like, this thing's got to blow
I
up.
personally like a good stink. I'm a big believer in the good stink in wine. I think that the good stink in wine is like the good stink in cheese. Like it smells bad, but you want to eat it.
Yeah.
That's what the good stink is.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah. So, let's see. So, let's see. This was I'm going to get these out of order, Ron. Don't let me do that.
Ron, come on.
I've got that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? The way I've got it laid out? What I poured? Yeah? Are you guys keeping that together? Okay, all right.
This is what happens when a non-professional tries to pour a blind tasting. Really, you should have been having me do this. That's okay.
So we've got, all right, so let's take a look at the nose on the second one.
Oh, it's
oh, yeah, boy, there you go. That's a giveaway.
I'm just saying. I was like, well, you got any Carneros in there?
Yeah, but then you got this funky thing I'm
a Napa girl, so I know Carneros.
Yeah. Oh, and then a little bit of a fruity bomb at the backside there. Wow, interesting. All right,
I like the nose on this one a lot.
That's number...
whatever it is, the third one.
The third one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right?
I have another question.
All right, okay. We got a question. Go ahead.
Yay.
2 questions.
All right.
Wow, 2 questions. I'm excited.
First one, Dan in Iowa asks, Becky, what's your favorite varietal?
Okay.
Oh.
So the question was, what is your favorite?
What is my favorite varietal? And I'm a Syrah girl. Anytime I go wine tasting, I'm like, oh, nice Cab, nice Merlot. I think I'll buy that Syrah. So I'd say most of my wine spending dollars is definitely spent on Syrah.
So I'm pouring the wrong wine here.
No, hey, but I love Pinot. I like it all.
What was I thinking?
It's a little known secret.
Well, I thought Pinot would be fun because the regions really dictate really well.
It really represents Sonoma well because Sonoma has so many different Pinot regions. No, I love Pinot. I'm a big fan, but if you ask my favorite, it's going to be Syrah.
Yeah. No, I'm a big Syrah person too. I'm more of a blended guy.
Yeah, I like blend.
What's the other question, Kevin?
Question number 2. Becky, do you prefer Sonoma County Pinots over Pinots from other parts of California, Oregon, or Burgundy?
Okay, so the question is, do you prefer California Pinots or Burgundy or Oregon? Those are or Sonoma County.
I have to be honest and say I haven't had a lot of Burgundy Pinots. I did an event at the French Consuls, and it was called Find the French. Mm-hmm. And they had a really terrible, cheap Burgundy Pinot. And, yeah, none of us like that. Not even the French like that one. But I'm sure that was not a good representation. I would say I'm kind of a fan, usually, I seem to really like Sonoma Coast Pinots. Those would be my favorites for sure.
Yeah, and they tend to be the little lighter. They don't have all that funkiness.
They're kind of elegant.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
I tend to like those. Carneros, I feel acquainted with because of that stinky nose, but a lot of times Carneros can really come off tasting like strawberry bubble yum, which I didn't even like when I was a kid. So sometimes, but this one does not have that. But I do gravitate more towards the Sonoma Coast Pinot.
Love it. Well, these are 4 very different Pinots.
Yes, they are.
Right?
I mean,
that funky number 3, right?
This smells like cola to me.
Which one?
The first one reminds me of Coca-Cola.
That's right. That's your first and mine. Okay.
Like strawberry Coke.
Coke. It's light.
Totally.
I'm leaning toward Sonoma Coast on that one, actually. That's where I'm going.
I don't know.
But I'm stuck on this.
See, now number 3, I don't think it's not really stinky. It's a really almost like an interesting spicy nose. I like that. I'm kind of liking that one too.
Yeah. And
anything that makes
number 4 though, I get the idea in number 4 that's a young wine.
Well, these ones both smell like cherry Coke to me. I don't even drink. It's maybe more.
Well, the vintage.
Pepper. I don't even drink soda. I mean, why am I even saying that?
I have no idea. The vintages will dictate some of that as well. I've got Pinots as young as the 09.
Yeah.
I think Bono's is 08, and James is an 08. So is Amorosa Bella. Who else would T.R. Elliott's would be 07s.
Wow.
So that could lean in that really clean.
I'm saying this is Carnero.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I love that. Now, coming up, we've got live music. Don't forget about our live music with John Pete on Friday and with Robert Herrera on Saturday. So we do live music 2 nights a week. So we're going to go into our wine facts section, something new that we wanted to try tonight. We're going to break the video up into 4 different segments. And those of you watching live, don't worry. I'm going to tell you I'll be right back, but I'm not really going anywhere. It's just for our tape. And I'm going to give you a question, and I'm going to answer it on the backside of the next break. The question is, your waiter recommends a white Burgundy. What kind of wine will that be? Viognier, Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, or Zinfandel? So the waiter is recommending a white Burgundy. So the answers are Viognier, Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, or Zinfandel. So you know the answer to that one? Okay. So you guys think about that answer, and we're going to be right back, and we will tell you the answer to that question. That's one they'll get.
Yeah.
They'll get that.